Hello, friends and family, and welcome to the 2023 OTB Open presented by MVP Disc Sports. This is a Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series event, and we are here at Swenson Park in Stockton, California. My name is Holly Finley.
And I'll be joining Holly today. I am Connor O'Reilly, and super excited to be with you guys at this course that is offering some beautiful weather right now. Pretty mild wind compared to what we're used to as well, so these players are looking to shred it and move up on moving day. We got a sweet card. Super excited to watch some action out here at Swenson Park.
First up, we have Jessica Weese, proficient in backhand and forehand. Next up, Deann Carey, newly sponsored by Lone Star Discs.
Third on the card, Ananda recently picked up that Silver Series win at Texas State's. Going with the off-color sock combo, I like it. And Mertsch also just picked up her first Disc Golf Pro Tour win, an elite event at Jonesboro. Always super exciting to watch Kat.
Starting off hole 1, a par 3, 348 feet. And if you haven't seen coverage of this event yet, you get to tee off from the stage on hole 1. It feels very prestigious. The most common shot here is a right-handed, backhanded hyzer. Swing it out to the right of this tree next to the basket. Let it hyzer in and get yourself a birdie putt.
Let's introduce our 935 grouping now. First up, from Grass Valley, California, Jessica Weese.
Between Ananda's socks, Jessica's flavorful shot choice, and Deann and Kat's dynamic, and Kat's just charisma. It should be a very interesting and fun card to watch. It was probably a spectator favorite today.
This looks great from Jessica. Let's see how much ground action it can get. Looks like she's in a circle, putting for birdie.
Throwing next, Deann Carey.
Do we get a Diesel D call out? I heard.
That's Mertsch's nickname for Deann.
Nice. I should have known better.
Deann looks like she's on the circle's edge, also putting for
From
birdie.
Spokane Valley, Washington, Ananda.
Try playing for Westside discs. Lining up. Oh, just using the disc to align herself on the tee in a way that led me to think she was throwing forehand, which I was super surprised by. But
Ooh, look at this! In the bullseye. A very impressive player, new to the tour this year.
And completing this foursome, from Rosebud, Arkansas, Mertsch.
Really using the power of visualization there and methodically lining herself up. I like it. Let's see if this can get under the canopy.
Wow! Fighting through in the circle, putting for birdie.
Gets through and almost gets an ace look at it. That would have been the ultimate champ love right there.
This is Deann Carey up first. No connection for the birdie.
Ooh, Jessica dives that one into the right side cage. Good start for her. Test her range.
Mertsch for birdie. Solid right in center.
Yeah, you know, like you talked about yesterday, it takes her a little bit to get going. Missed her height by a little bit there, but was rewarded with some fortune and takes advantage. So Maybe she won't need as much time today to get it going.
And Sai with a birdie, CTP hole 1. I wonder if those are 2 different types of shoes, like one's better for planting or if she just did it for style purposes. I'll have to check in tomorrow.
Hole 2 is a par 4 at 573 feet. This one has an out of bounds line the entire way on the left out here in the open, and then a thick bush line out there on the right. A low ceiling kind of in the middle of the hole, something that you want to get past to open up the approach window. There are a couple ways to attack this one, but it's definitely guarded by a few trees and some low-hanging limbs on the short right side. Jessica going forehand, a little bit low here, cut rolls a bit. She should have a pretty simple par, but birdie's pretty much off the table.
Sai taking a nice flex route. That'll put her in a really nice position to attack the green for a possible birdie.
Here we go, 3 for 3, 3 different routes. Kat taking that wide right side hyzer release angle that she's comfortable with. Deann looking to follow suit, but maybe get a little more air under it. Yep. Ooh, too much air. And shrugs her shoulders, kind of a wash on the ground play there, or the tree play.
And a similar second shot from Jessica, just a bit low and a bit off on that angle. She's going to have some epic scramble to get a par on this one.
Kat, a little hop step forehand.
Also a little low out of the hand. See if Deann can get some air under it and get up there.
This is a touchy shot. The height has to be super specific, and yeah, there you can see.
I like the pollen
The
like
oak
flying
pollen.
off of those
Oh.
trees.
Yeah, you like it if you've taken your allergy medicine, but if not, watch out.
Deann won't really have a putt unless she's feeling like a long jumper on the second. See
Wow.
if Weese can sneak up to the green. Save par. Oh, look at
Almost
this.
skips it right into the bucket. That was a
After-
great standstill after
Yeah.
turfing the first 2.
And she made that long putt on hole 1, so
Ooh, Sai getting a little cheeky on the left side there. And, you know, favorably fights through. Has a chance to make it, but that tree is going to make it difficult.
Kat Mertsch using a pole cat for her up shots, and she's right outside the bullseye.
Kat breathing life into that polecat. I venture to say she's one of the few players in the field probably utilizing the disc like that. You ever mess with it, Holly?
You know, I tried it for fun, but I don't really like that sort of harsh feeling rim. I'm a rounded rim kind of girl. This is Weese to save par. No connection on that one.
Yeah, that oak tree and the low limbs really make the short side putts tricky on this one. Sai just chose to lay up there to take her par. Deann cleans up par, so does Mertsch.
Weese taking the unfortunate bogey. There were only 4 birdies today on hole 2. Ella, Katrina, Missy, and Haley King.
Yeah, it's a good one to pick up. Definitely takes 2 really good, accurate shots.
welcome back to hole 3, 277 feet, par 3. Right-handed players are going to take this drone route, swing it to the right of the basket, kind of similar to hole 1, with a lazy left finish, and hopefully get yourself a putt. You know, if you throw it too left, you'll have to contend with this lower hanging branch, sometimes swaying in the wind. You have to pick a gap and hit it kind of like a circus putt. Also, throwing too long could be a problem. Cy up first, taking a route I haven't yet seen on this hole.
Yeah, you've seen those branches really give people trouble, and we've seen Cy elect for that turning shot out of the hand a number of times now. Seems very comfortable with that line. Cat goes to the forehand, maybe looking to just finish on the right side of this hole, not dealing with those branches.
She'll have about a 50-foot look at birdie.
I'm surprised to not see her throw like maybe a mid-range down the right side.
Deann clips some twigs, takes off a bit of the momentum, but still sneaks up there in the circle.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the favorable line if you have both options. But this hole is one of the drier spots on the course in terms of ground play, so you can rely on some skip on a hole like this.
Good shot of Conrad in the background. As Weese gets caught up, she progresses down the fairway, barely inside the circle, leaving herself a tester for par. On the top hat.
Strong bid on the step through. Jessica going to that forehand putt. She's shown tons of touch with that shot in the past, but not quite here.
Unable to save the par. Cy, however, is putting for birdie. Ooh! The help of a
Flips
leaf.
in there. Her putt almost reminds me of Isaac Robinson's in a way, just with that kind of quick wrist action and the effortless kind of power she gets out of it.
Deann Carey makes good on her birdie putt. And Jessica Weese looking to tap in this bogue.
I'd like to see Kat play maybe that Rock 3 Heiser backhand angle that she really feels familiar with.
I played a practice round with her and she threw a mid and it was good. So I guess it's just
that she throws necessarily, but
how you're feeling at the moment, I guess.
True. Hole 4, very long par 5. This 891 footer goes around the mountain to Grandma's because you got to really clear some distance off the first tee shot to be able to get a birdie. Your second shot needs to clear somewhere around here or further if you really want to get into an advantageous spot. And another guarded green with some low ceiling coming in. This hole takes 2 really good shots to set yourself up for a third look coming in for birdie.
Cy up first, taking that turnover route once again, sneaks through one of the gaps and she's in the main fairway.
Wow. Really maximized that line there and kind of a bit scary coming through the gap.
Deann taking the tunnel route on the left side, past the last tree, and that is a really good position. It opens it up nicely for the second shot.
I really enjoy the way this course allows players to be creative and play a number of different lines, but you still have to throw good shots in order to score.
Mertsch is in a good position as well.
When the players have fun and enjoy the course, a lot of the time the product that the fans get is going to be better, so a course like Swinson definitely is a fan favorite.
And I'd say a lot of the players, they're trying to take that corner route, end up clipping a bit of that tree, but it didn't really slow down Deann's shot much. She got about as much distance as she could out of that.
Deann with Evan Scott on the bag. Oh, my guy Evan's probably a good caddy. Good forehand there out of Weese. Really hits the height perfectly. Not quite the turn it looked like she was looking for, but find some open space. It's going to be a long way to the pin from there. Rocking that Latitude Easy Go bag. I've always kind of wanted to try one of those out.
Mertsch taking this aggressive corner tunnel shot does not make the gap. And that's the risk when you take the smaller route towards the basket. Ooh, testing out a roller to get up there.
A little undercommitted there on the angle. Sai puts a move on this one, looking for some kind of a skip coming up this small upslope. And leaves herself maybe just outside the circle or edge of circle. She's shown some putting prowess so far in the rounds that I've seen.
And if you've been watching the coverage, one thing you might notice is the grass is very catchy here. You can't really rely on a lot of flare skips. You really need to put the air under the disc all the way to the intended landing point. Some of the greens maybe get a little hard pan around them, but I'd say within the circle, you're not getting a lot of movement.
Man, that oak tree guarding the basket just feels made for disc golf. The way those branches come out, it gives you just enough height, but still restrictive.
Very majestic.
Solid upshot for Kat. Still a putt she's going to have to lock in her focus on. Jessica, kind of a half-hearted bid, just looking to get out of there with less stress. Ooh. Just shy off the rim there for Sai. Deann just not quite enough pace.
Kat Mertsch taking the par. Deann Carey making these short putts look easy today. Ooh, the daring bag putt.
It's funny because I say I want to try that bag, but then if I'm out there with less than like 25 discs, I feel
really
naked.
We only had 5 birdies on the day here on this par 5. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it really takes some great distance shots to get it.
Let's check out hole 5, par 4, 589 feet. The truss is not acting as a triple mando, so choose your gap on this hole. You can go around it or through it. As long as you land right about here, that'll give you somewhere between a 250 and 300 foot upshot into the green. It's a little longer than it looks, so I think landing at this tree or the tree behind the basket is a good aim point. It's kind of deceiving in the shadows. Sai up first.
Ooh. Able to just barely touch that tree and make some good forward progress on the kick.
Sai's got almost 400, so she could still birdie from there.
Yeah, she probably only has 350 or so to the pin, so definitely in birdie range. Deann, clean flight. Right down the gut. Gonna need a lot of fortune on that one.
Oh, you thinking.
And kind of dropped out in a way where she might have a clean swing. Birdie's gonna be tough for Mertsch though.
Nice, solid gap hit out of Weese. Oh, this is looking good.
Push, baby.
Yeah, puts a great move on that. Just needed a little more height. Maybe could have slid up there for a better putt. Sai playing that big swooping anhyzer once again. Getting it to hold and just catches the last branch to beat before she's probably parked.
And Deann doesn't quite put it to the right of the basket, so she will hyzer out, giving herself a very long putt. Not sure if she'll jump that one, seeing as how her last jump putt hit a tree.
Alright, that works.
Yep, definitely works for Weese.
Like that positivity.
Mertsch will be able to make do for par from there, most likely. Deann just kind of pitching up, maybe trying to give it a soft stab. Sai cashes it. Wow, run back.
Straight
She
to
really
the heart.
ran that one back. Sprints it in. I love the emotion she plays with. And any player who comes out with an Anheuser release on their comfy shot, and anytime they can, it's just always fun to watch. It's one of the more beautiful flights of the disc.
Jessica Weese is putting really well today, getting herself a birdie here on the 5th.
Not quite the nose down release we're used to seeing come out of Kat's hand, so
No, we saw her hit the top of the basket on some previous putts.
yeah, it's one of the problems with those, or one of the kind of mistakes you see out of the players who play more of the up and down putt. Sometimes they miss that nose angle and you get the high-low misses often. Sai playing a clean 3 down, really on the verge of playing some hot golf. Hole 6 is actually playing as the 6th easiest hole on the course. This is another par 5 at 820 feet. First shot looking to clear this first line of trees in the low sand that they create. Second shot also looking to do the same with the next line of trees. A lot of freedom as a player to take really any line you want, and then on that third shot there's a out wide approach that the drone's flying, or the more inside route straight out that hillside on the right side of the green that we see a lot of players take. Another hole where you just get to really do what you want. You just gotta throw 2 bombs to set yourself up for a birdie.
Yeah, that was a good roll.
Sai getting caught up in some foliage, but rolls out a bit, giving her an open shot for her second. Weese doing a flex. Looks like she lands at an open spot.
Deann playing the wider right side, the most open gap here. Kind of takes a little bit of distance away, but she ends up in a similar distance from the pin as the other 2 players.
We saw Mertsch throw a bit high on the previous hole. Maybe she tried to lower her aim point and she grounded that first shot.
Yeah, none of these players really got the full flight they were looking for off the tee, so it's going to be hard pressed to score birdie, and let's see if anyone can pull off the 2 shots they need.
This is Sai's second shot. It looks like it's going to be in a great position, and from there she'll have about 320 feet into the green. Give herself a birdie look.
Jessica pushes to that last tree there on the tree line. Should have a pretty manageable approach.
You're just looking to bite off as much distance as possible on this shot.
Ooh.
You could tell right out of the hand Kat hated it, and that one was too low. Deann looks like she's going to be able to play this hole for par, and she's in the circle. She'll have about a 15 to 18 foot putt for birdie.
Yeah, I see a lot of players kind of drive this approach a little harder than they normally would at this range, because you can use this hillside to just collect the speed of your disc and check you up.
Sai was further than I thought, so her upshot was significantly shorter.
Jessica with a nice standout forehand. She's thrown some really good forehands when she has taken her legs out of it today.
What great angle control that was. Jessica is such a premium sidearm player. Mertsch put some air under that forehand, and unfortunately it rolled outside of the bullseye, but that's almost just a drop in.
Yeah, luckily that grass is so lush right now. I feel like if it's playing a little bit faster like some years past, that could have rolled a lot further.
Carey for birdie. Solid. Deann has adapted very well to her new Lone Star discs bag. Sai getting herself a birdie here on the 6th.
Yeah, her drive wasn't the best, but threw two good shots following that up.
Even though Mertsch grounded a couple shots on the way there, she was still able to walk away with par. Weese getting a birdie as well. 3 birdies and a par. It's pretty good here. Hole 6 didn't steal any lunch money from this card.
Hole 7 though, it can be a tricky one.
Let's check it out. Coming in at 285 feet, par 3. It feels like a must-get birdie. You have to commit if you're a right-handed player. Swing your shot over the water, and as Connor informed me, this is sawgrass, not cattails. Hyzer shots should come in either right over those before this tree. You can even go past and around the tree. As long as you get inside the circle and make this a short putt, it's almost a guaranteed birdie. On an elevated basket and a windy day, anything circle's edge and beyond is a true tester. Sai up first. Ooh, I love that.
A lot of juice on that one. A lot of players kind of just jam this one pretty hard, knowing that the chances of hitting a tree trunk or a low limb is high. Ooh, great forward skip for Weese. That was a park job.
Jessica Weese in the bullseye. I like the commitment from Deann. Carey over the water, over the corner. She's up there putting for birdie.
I feel like once we get to hole 7, the course really starts. I feel like these first 6 holes are kind of a different style than the rest of these holes where the water comes into play and the mental really tightens up.
And we saw yesterday Kat took the backhanded shot and ended up out of bounds.
Excuse me.
That was really skied. I expected that to be out of bounds, but she fortunately stayed in there.
Deann
throwing a
telling,
lot more forehands.
yeah, Deann telling Madison and Erica they need to hush it up. Smashing that birdie putt.
Great putt.
This is Mertsch for birdie.
Well, as Kat figures out that forehand and continues to get smoother with it, it's definitely going to be a tool. As you can see, it didn't come out anything like she wanted, but the hole was short enough and she has the power that she still was able to birdie.
Ananda getting a birdie here as well.
And there we have the birdie frame on
Love
the
to
7.
see it.
Holly called it a must get, and those players must have agreed. Shake them chains, Euro style.
Chain jingle. Oh, gotta run back and do it.
Hole 8. It's a par 4. Low ceilings once again. And just under 600 feet. This one's definitely in an attackable range. If you can clear your tee shot somewhere right around here, you're going to give yourself a window to play a straight approach into this slightly uphill green with an out of bounds golf green and a hazard sand trap on the left.
Ananda up first. And with, what do you know, another turnover shot. She is so good at those. There's no wonder she leans on it for almost every throw.
Yeah, so fun to watch a player who airs the disc out like that. It's just, yeah, it's really a treat.
And on this hole, I prefer to take this route Jessica's on. The left route just opens up the hole that much more. Although if you throw directly at it, it does shorten the upshot.
Deann just misses her nose angle significantly and fluffs that one out early.
Actually, not a bad spot.
Yeah, Cat slips by all the stuff into definitely a birdieable position.
I think Deann's throwing a dome from Lone Star Discs here for that roller choice. Didn't quite stand up, but it's not in a bad position. This is a par 4.
Yeah, and the golf green and sand trap. There's a lot of room to be in a number of places here, and still forces you to play good shots to score birdie. So
If you can get your upshot at least to the sidewalk, that'll give you a putt. And Kat, you can see, is getting a little frustrated with herself. She has missed some putts, grounded a couple shots, threw some too high. It's just, you know, when is it going to get dialed in here? Sometimes the emotions can take best of you. She wears her emotions on her sleeve anyways.
yeah, she really does. She's always quick to react to a shot, and a lot of that comes from just those emotions that she feels are definitely strong. And as she matures, she'll keep figuring out how to deal with those, and she'll be an even more dangerous player when she does.
Deann gets caught up on her upshot, so she'll probably have to take her medicine and play this hole for bogey.
Nice touch on the forehand approach.
And from here, if you're feeling brave, you can give it a run.
Just a little higher. A little higher.
I gave up on trying to guess what shot choice Jessica's going to choose early in the season. She just
Nobody
has such
knows.
variety.
And she's got everything.
No, I should have guessed it there, though. She wants to land flat on the hill. She wants that Annie coming in, panning out. She doesn't want the hyzer there.
Side does not connect for her putt. Deann taking that bogey after getting caught up on that tree for her upshot.
Jessica for par.
Side just missing that birdie. Off the nubs. Drop in par. I love those.
Yeah, depends on the hole.
Let's check out hole 9, par 4, 609 feet. The tee shot's kind of a doozy. If you've got big distance, you can swing over those downed logs over there on the right side, but that's about a 360-foot shot to get in bounds. Otherwise, you just land somewhere right around here with a layup, then you can pitch it over the pond and play the hole for par. There's a lot of different ways you can attack this hole off the tee. If you get in a good position, you can go all the way over the pond, go for that birdie. Inside, choosing the comfortable turnover that we've seen from her all day.
Just go straight over the bush that most players are taking left or right side of.
Partially. That was cooler than I wanted it to be.
So meaning she probably wanted it on the left side of the bush.
Yeah, I would think so.
Jessica kind of skies this one.
She does, but she's got a lot of distance in her forehand, but not enough to sneak in bounds. That is unfortunate.
I think she missed the wing and the nose, and that combined just didn't give her the recipe she needed.
Cat,
Let's go.
plenty of distance to get in bounds.
That was one of her cleanest releases of the round, and she is
Looks like
way
she
up
barely
there.
threw it.
Yeah, way up there by the water. Smooth it out, use that maximum reach back that she uses to create the distance and not try too hard.
And from back there, it's about 350 to 365 to the tower. So Deann might have to play the layup for par.
Yeah, and she'll have that low ceiling. The right side of the fairway is definitely more workable than the left on this hole.
Wow.
Jessica clears the water on the second shot. Deann just taking the layup. It's really tricky. You gotta squeeze the nose up hyzer, and it was probably right in that edge of the range that she wants to try to attack at.
And from where Sai is, it's about 250 to 265 into the pin.
Ooh.
And there is out of bounds, but she's not close to it, so there's no real harm over there. She's just giving herself a really long birdie putt. Deann needs to get this in puttable range if she wants to save par. Hey, that was kind of helpful.
I feel like one of the dangers of playing most of your shots on anhyzer is it opens up just a little more variety of misses than the hyzer release probably does. Kat, a bit of a nervous laugh as she knows she still has.
Hey, Jessica Weese. Run back. Look at this Annie.
Airing it out for the Flight Factory run back, high right, drops in the chains.
What a thing of beauty.
Deann with the jumper just hangs it out a bit wide.
No connection for Deann, but she's been making those circle putts look easy today. Hopefully she can save bogey from there.
Sai visualizing, making sure to loosen the shoulders. And
Wow, Sai!
Wow. Her putt, just the delivery really gives me those Isaac Robinson vibes. I just can't get it out of my head. It's crazy how smooth she is with that wrist action.
Yeah.
Well earned 2 run backs for you guys on this exciting hole 9 green, and that right side chain just flipped that thing in there. It looked a bit strong and wide.
And Deann needs to clean it up here. She was playing mistake-free until the last 2 holes. Cat Murdy back on that. Cat Mertsch and Birdie. Cat Murdy. I kind of like that. Anyway, she's back on the birdie train, and not a lot of mistakes to be had here on the front 9. Some impressive golf and shot shaping. Super fun to watch. Let's check out this leaderboard.
We see Sai moving in to 3rd place with her hot play so far. Paige Pierce is currently distancing herself quite a bit. She's on a bit of a tear, 7 down through 9, I believe. Let's see if this chase card can catch fire on the back. This is really where the course ratchets up the mental stress and forces you to play some strong shots and to be focused throughout the entirety.
We appreciate you guys tuning in to this round 2 front 9 coverage of the OTB Open. If you'd like to check out Connor's YouTube, the link is in the description, and we both have a Tour Series fairway driver that you probably need to pick up one of mine and one of his. See you on the back half.